100% real.
Yeah.
It took a while to pull it out.
We'll have to let us know if our fucking sound is shit because we're setting up a new setup here. I say we. Episode 164.
No, that's wrong. That can't be right.
184.
There you go.
See, I'm already off. No, now I'm going to lose my bets tonight. What the fuck?
Whoa. Well, all my money's tied up. All my money's tied up in the Arnold Palmer Invitational at the moment. I'm at 0, so let's hope for good tidings tomorrow.
Yeah, I bet again on the FanDuel the winners of each country, and it doesn't look like it's going to pan out.
Winners of what? What is country?
Well, you can bet who's going to win in Asia, best Asian player.
What are you talking about? Oh, sport. You're talking about golf. I don't know. It's about World War or something.
Well, probably that too, but we all know who wins those.
Don't bet on Ukraine.
Come a little closer, Chuck.
Yeah, get a little.
Chuck Mangione, ladies and gentlemen.
Here.
Look who it is. A big hand.
Huge.
Whoa.
Wow. Classic knee rub.
Wow, the old knee grab where it all began.
Yep.
Back when you could actually have fun on the couch. Well, Teacher Tim remembers those days.
Back to the beginning.
Look at this. In person. We're no YouTubers.
No.
We're in person, all together. Some people haven't done that in months and months and months on real podcasts.
Real podcasts that claim to be the best. They can't even get themselves in person. It's a crazy way to be, truthfully.
It's unbelievable what's happening out here. What do you have to say, Chuck Mangione? What's your state of the union? What's your opening salvo? What do you have to report?
The State of the Union?
Yeah.
Fuck everything.
No.
I'm done.
There you have it.
I got here today. You said you were done with drivers. I think everybody is, but
God. No,
that is your
but
traffic
I
report.
think,
Talking to your microphone. Are you? Come
yes.
This is the professional production.
What the fuck?
I have difficulties.
This isn't BYB podcast. This is a real podcast.
In the past 2 days, I've almost been killed by 3 drivers.
Go on, please. We have a whole segment about this.
I think since COVID hit, everyone turned into a Chinese driver.
Yeah, something.
I get cut off, and I mean, I guess it's just cut off. Yeah, I get cut off, and almost. Thank God I pay attention because I'm always too high, so I drive very slow.
Wow, riveting.
Under the speed limit, so I can anticipate the asshole that's cutting me off, and I hit the brakes. Good
That sounds
It
crazy.
sounds
Dude.
it sounds like somebody just merged into your lane.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't sound that crazy.
Did somebody slow you down by getting over into your
Somebody
lane?
signal and come in front of you.
Yeah,
and
did they maybe need to take the
When you
exit
were-
and you
when you-
took it personally? Did
when
you have
were-
a bad day?
Were you driving really slow and someone kindly merged in front of you, and that ruined your day?
Exactly, cut off.
Did they signal?
Nothing. No, absolutely not.
Were you looking?
I didn't
were
see
you
it
trying
anyways.
to?
I didn't see it. If they did,
Let's cut to the quick.
Yeah.
I know what's going on here. What race was this?
Exactly. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, let's see why you're
not white.
Okay. You got to.
Well, we all knew that part.
Yeah. That's why. Let's be honest. We knew where this was going. This person cut me off kindly and cordially and with courtesy.
Yeah, this person. Matter of fact, I let them over. It would be a crazy story.
I signaled them.
Here's a traffic report.
Come on.
He didn't realize they were. Yeah, never mind.
Well, we're on the subject of traffic. Any traffic this week, Stancil?
I actually have a huge pet peeve that I'd like to bring up. By the way, earlier today, I should have recorded it on my way home from the gym. No big deal. Ran 5 miles at all-American athlete. The only all-American athlete doing podcasting in the country. That's a true story.
Strong legs.
5 miles, no big deal. Interval, sprints, jogging sprints, uphill for a good 50 minutes.
Wow, that's
Unbelievable.
huge.
On the way back, it was clown world. Just people, please. Just people are idiots. But here's the main thing I wanted to talk about this week is people who leave room at lights. Pull up to the car in front of you. Every light in 2023 has some sort of sensor on it, whether it's in the ground. If you see those rectangles in front of the light, that's a weight sensor, or you'll see it on the wire. Those things that look like cameras, those are motion sensors. There's a reason you pull up to a light. There's all these old bags and also younger people who are just selfish, like on their phone, who stop like a car, 2 car lengths in front of the person in front of them, and then the light sensor doesn't pick it up, so now you're at a red light. Or if there's like a turn lane to the right, you can't get in there because they're so backed up behind the person in front of them. Pull up to the car in front of you at stoplights in any kind of stopping situation, you selfish pricks.
There's literally a fucking line.
Yes.
And the most time the first person in line will get all. I guess we're just becoming a country of cucks.
Cucks.
And they don't want to pull up to the line. Let the other guy pull up to the line. If someone next to us needs to get over, we'll leave that
I've
open
talked
to him. Pull up to the fucking line. There's a line. You're not going to signal the fucking light.
Pull up to the line. I've actually, you know what I do now? I've said this before. I don't even bother. I don't wait. 'Cause people are so low IQ and just very, very low. Low IQ now. I don't even honk anymore.
Right.
Like if somebody's one of these mouth breathers are at like turning at a light and they're just not going, and I just literally will go to the lane next to them and turn.
Just go right around.
Just turn in front
Family
of
of four doesn't matter. Just cut them off. Like who cares where they need to be because they've taken upon themselves that it's more important. Where they
I'm
have
showing
to go.
them
It's
how,
not about them.
In my mind, I'm showing them how dumb they are.
Yeah.
Hey, look I just did this from behind you.
You're making
and
them feel stupid.
Exactly.
Very important.
That's the point. And hopefully they kill themselves and Chris Benoit, their families in the
Chris
process.
Benoit. Now that's my favorite wrestler because that low IQ really.
Well, he's a real wrestler. That's the
Yeah.
guy that takes his work home with him when you cripple or crossface your whole family and then hang yourself from a lap pull down. King status. The only
moves.
bigger wrestler king is the great Owen Hart, and we got to get that tape of when his head hit the turnbuckle and he died in the ring.
Chris Benoit took the perfect amount of steroids.
Did.
Yes,
Yeah.
he killed his whole
Just
family.
enough to kill
Just
his
enough
family.
to explode.
And he always looked great.
Yeah, fantastic.
You want to look great when you kill your
Greek
family.
guy.
You do. You want to look good when you're getting up for the mugshot. Maybe that's why he didn't do it. He said, "I have gone too far."
Well,
That's crazy.
He probably left a good-looking corpse. in the
Oh, I'm
cold.
sure he did. Wow. A lot of news going on out there. The
where do we even
MLC
start?
world, podcast world. Listen, folks, I know it's riveting and beyond talk at this point. What the fuck is Chad talking about with the MLC wrap-up show? He didn't even touch on anything MLC. Listen, everybody knows we are the original wrap-up
The
show.
official, unofficial MLC wrap-up show. This is a show about a show that's about a show. Almost 200 episodes. Listen, we are. Please come out. Don't even bother coming at the throne at this point. And yeah, how long do you think Chad will do this for? Another month?
Well, if that,
stinks.
I
It
mean,
shows.
like I said, he had guests on, and the whole thing ended up being about steel toe. So it was nothing to do with the episode they had just done, featuring MLC. So the whole thing's a ploy to begin with. He goes, "Oh, it's basically the same show as the Compound Cup."
He's trying to take money. He's trying to leech money off of Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, because
Like
he see his Patreon numbers get up. So he's like, "How can I put more content out there that's the same? Just a
Super
different
chat.
titled show, people. Low IQ at its finest work there."
Chuck?
Better question. How long do you think he's going to last on MLC? Fuck that wrap-up show. How long do you think...
I'm going to say he'll be persona non grata by May.
Do you
Maybe
think
even April.
before? Because I think there's talks, of course, of the show, the Stuttering John show with Bob Levy in May. I think Chad is going to be there at Soul Joel's.
Okay.
So it would
By
have
summer.
to happen before then, or maybe something happens at the show, because Kevin is still 50-50 on even going to the show because he's afraid Compound people will be there, which there will be. And, if a fallout happens before then, I think it'll be very interesting to
Book
see.
the flight.
Huh?
Book the flight.
Book the flight. Book the flight. That's why they took me off the poster and our show. We're no longer part of the Compound Cucks because he realized that by going after our show that we have acquaintances that like to book flights on Expedia late at night and follow through with getting on to those
Oh,
airplanes.
yeah, we're real. We're real people. We don't fuck around. What you see is what you get.
It's crazy. And I'm in trouble for calling the Bahamas. Did you see the clip of Chad? Now he wants people to call the FCC in Minnesota to crack down on steel toe. Basically, call the police headquarters and try to get steel toe in trouble.
I did not see that.
Yeah, so he was talking about that on the MLC wrap-up show. But yet I'm the asshole, Ray, for calling the Bahamas. I'm still an asshole for calling the Bahamas. And don't say I called the club, because I didn't. I called the hotel, and Ray's excuse was, well, it's the same place. I called the hotel, not the club.
Ray, please, Ray. Not to go off on a tangent here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I realized something this week. Ray DeVito and Stacey Pressman are a match made in heaven.
Wow.
They're both so nice. I consider both of them friends at this point. We've been acquaintances for years now.
All too old to have children?
And yes, and they both are they just have so many bad. Stacy found her roommate dead apparently last week, and her dad's head fell off, and she lives with her mom, like helping her because she's older, and she dated a doctor that was missing a hand, and he was like a fake doctor, it turned out, or something. You know, like, it's
I remember
crazy.
that story.
And then
I
you got
think
Ray's over there collecting figurines, and he's like in a room. Lives somewhere with no heat, and he like Chad's straight up bullying him, and then he compliments him.
I
Like,
know,
I
I
don't
don't
Ray, what are you
understand.
doing? Like, you don't have to hate him or anything, but you can just at least give it back to him. Have some fun with it,
Exactly.
Ray. And he was great on Sad Chad the other night.
Right.
We love Ray. He's great on stage. Every time we see him stand
Yeah,
up,
that's
he's
his
a
strong suit
professional.
is on stage. I mean, he's actually a funny comic, versus
So I wanna-
some other guys.
I think Ray and Stacy is the
Ray
MLC
and
love
Stacey,
connection. We all need.
2023. Last year was Make Everybody Hate Us 23. We think Ray and Stacy 23.
The
What do you
Pressman
think?
DeVito
Pressman DeVito gang. Let's
That's-
get it together. Let's get it going.
match made in hell.
Jews and Italians typically get along.
They do.
Well, I think it's a good match.
Great match. I can't wait to see it.
Hot take.
Hot take. Hot take. I think I saw Pressman was on In Hot Water
She
the other
was.
day.
That's when I saw her talking about her friend died of alcoholism. She found him in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. That sucks.
There you go.
Alcoholism. What do you do? Just drink themselves to death? Been there before.
Yeah, and then you have the gumption to stop, unlike some other people.
Before I have no gumption left. That's right. What else happened here?
Yeah, give the chat do a comment check in, rather than interrupt.
Oh, we got comments?
Any good comments?
The
here?
comment here from Stu, the great Stu Cluster.
Oh, Stu
Is that
Cluster.
a soft pack or hard pack of Newports, and are they 100s?
Hard pack. It's full of
menthol,
no, menthol. What do you call that?
black people cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a guy who complains about getting cut off in traffic, that's a very interesting choice of smokes.
Yeah, I thought
I
you'd be
like the fiberglass. Fucking Christ.
I thought you'd be a Marlboro Red guy.
Right.
I started that.
Real cowboy.
Then I fucked a black lady.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I'm taking care of her kids. They're in that room. over there.
Yeah.
I still have a pack of Marlboro Reds from when I lived underneath this very roof.
Wow.
I
Great
saw them this
memories.
morning while packing the equipment, and I said, I haven't had the last time I smoked a smoke. I think over the Christmas break. Ugh, it was brutal.
I love it.
Can't go back. I used to love cigarettes too. I smoke a pack a day. I can't
I
do
mean,
it
my
without
idol's
coughing.
Bob Levy, so
Yeah, there you go.
look at him. He's got a beautiful wife, a beautiful career. This guy's having a fucking blast.
So yeah, you brought up Levy. Might as well tick off all the MLC.
Get it out, get it
scuttlebutt
over
out of
the
way
world.
so we can get to the great Chuck Mangione. Another fine week of programming. But let me say this. I missed SMC last week. I was on assignment procuring soccer balls. But yeah, so listen, we talked about it. MLC, still the best podcast out there. I enjoy it.
The only reason we know each other.
That's essentially.
Same.
But I mean, again, we were talking about 4 days. We've talked a lot about doing it 4 days a week, and I'll take the content at the end of the day. But look at last week. We got Borgo, who was fine enough, but it was just a fan really at the end of the day on the show. And then we had another pure autist, Jake Houston.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you do 4 shows a week. You
Right.
just start getting fans to come on and bullshit. And then you talk about Nick Swartzen. You've been talking about Nick Swartzen for like 6 months. And even if he did come on, okay.
Cool.
Whatever.
It's just a guest.
I was saying it forever. MLC solo eps are the GOAT. There's a lot, that's the other thing. There's a lot of new, and you boys can weigh in on this. You've noticed in the chats and wherever, there's a lot of new fans over the last, I'd
There
say,
is.
6 months a year, whether from the Stuttering John camp, from
Compound.
Shuley camp.
I mean, a lot of
compound
crisscross.
beef. So there's been a lot more crisscross with the super chats, and I feel like there's a lot of people. The newer people don't truly understand what the show is, as Kevin was talking about just this week. And I gave myself, Jim Stansel, a fine shout out after he confirmed I was a piece of shit, but also confirmed I was right, as I always am. It's a show about a show. It's not a show, just like this show. We're not going to sit here and talk politics or topics, and it's not good-natured ribbing. It's what's going on in our lives.
Right.
It's traffic. It's the beef we have with whoever.
T-shirts.
And that's what MLC is. If you're annoyed at what's going on in MLC and then you don't understand MLC, go fucking watch what's that terrible show Tom Segura and his wife do?
I couldn't even name it.
God, it's is
that Two Tired Cunts or
no,
that's a different
basically
one, right?
it's like my wife's house or my dad's house. I don't know, but it's fucking terrible.
Your mom's house.
Your mom's house. Oh my God.
Your garage.
Just basically my garage. At least my garage is funny.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of these newer fans don't understand the show.
Well,
you're going to get buried. I've been buried for the last 3 months by Kevin Brennan.
It's
That's
great.
the whole
I remember
point.
when BYB first started getting buried, they reached out. They go, "Oh, dude, I'm getting destroyed on there." I said, "Enjoy it while you can. You're nothing. What are you gonna do? Get a couple
Exactly.
haters and a couple listeners? Who cares?"
Right. And now
I've been saying it from day one. Like we talked about the Dykstra episode. Yeah, it wasn't the best. But if you have one episode of MLC annoys you, now you know you don't get it. You don't
Right.
understand it. And that's what makes us love it, because we know people are going to hate it.
Exactly.
You
That's
know?
why I love seeing him start to rip into Jules David a little bit, and as he said, and I'm glad he said it, and I hope he sticks to it. Not pandering just because Jules David gives $100 and Borgensen gives $100 a week. It doesn't matter what the fuck they want. There's a whole nother thousands of people
Right.
who watch the show and whatever and want the show to keep going. So just because fucking Jules David wants fucking Jake Hudson back or complaining about this, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Fuck her. Loser. By the
Yeah,
way,
she
it's
was-
not even her. It's some fucking, probably a fat dude.
Oh,
None of those people are who they are.
Definitely a fat
Like,
dude.
credit to
Yeah.
Borgo for at least showing his face.
And Borgo was funny.
face,
I
man.
liked him. And
He was
but
fine. I'm not-
I said the same thing to Teamster Tim. We were talking before this started when it was first announced 4 days a week. We caught a lot of flack when we stopped doing guests and shit. And I said that it comes to expected. He's going to start having fans on and
Right.
and random people. And to be honest, it makes the show better for me. I like it.
Yeah.
I can't stand having the big guest on because people
Yeah.
choke up. They're gonna ask the same fucking questions.
Chad Cuck gets all cucky.
Yeah.
like,
I
sucks
know
the
this guy.
cock.
I opened for that guy. Oh,
Laughs.
he's one of my best friends in comedy.
And even depending on the guest, even Brennan doesn't cuck up. Brennan, but he'll be like too nice and like. That's the thing. That's just it. Back to what we were talking about. I don't give a fuck about the guest. Is this on MLC? I don't give a shit about the guest stories or
I
how they
could
got
ca-
into
I could
comedy.
care less.
I want to hear Kevin talk to them about who they hate and how they crossed him back in the day, or they, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the show. I don't give a fuck. Shane, Nick Swartzen, tell me the story about how. I don't give a fuck about stories. Talk to me about in the moment. Who do you hate? Where you going up? What club don't you like?
Yeah.
What booker's
Who
a
screwed
homo?
you over?
I mean, how many people remember before the Burning Bridges days? I mean, fucking Vinnie Brand was a co-host for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many co-hosts and so many days before this. Like, keep your fucking opinion out of here if you don't understand how the show originated.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we're
It's-
here, folks. We're here to fill you in.
The old gods are here. Don't worry. The old boys, the original beautiful boys are all here.
I'm not proud of it, but you can
To
go to
lead-
I think it's like episode 6. You can go listen to Lenny reading off one of my emails, and I hate
Yes.
listening back to it, but I've been around since day one.
Day one.
And to Kevin's chagrin, Eddie Ift put me on to Kevin. And like I said, I've been around Kevin's podcast since day one. So everyone bitching about what's going, fuck yourself. It's always evolving. It's
Yes.
always it's moving in a different direction every time. It always has been since the beginning. So if you don't understand, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's why you're right about that, because I do feel every time it starts to get stale, and to be honest, this last week has felt stale for me. Something new happens. Like,
Yes.
It gets to the point where I'm not clicking on it as soon as it drops and shit, and that's when I know, like, all right, it's getting stale for me. Something's about to happen, because it always does.
Yeah, and
know-
the great KB, I feel like has a good pulse of that at the end of the day. And I think he gets a sense for when it's stale. And
So like you were saying, it's always changing. I wasn't the biggest fan of Lenny Dykstra episode, but shaking it up.
Yeah.
something.
It's shaking it up.
Well, here's the problem with Lenny Dykstra, and it's not really MLC's fault. As long
Drugs.
The only problem I would have with whoever at MLC thinking it was great is that it's a great big guest. It was like fine, but I've seen him on multiple podcasts. It's literally the same
shit,
story.
yeah.
It's the
He's
same.
made the rounds.
I could literally do Lenny Dykstra because it's the De Niro story, it's the Jordan story. If you give me time, I can think of it, but it's basically the same 5 stories he tells in every podcast.
Right.
I think that's all I can remember.
Right. We were talking
But
just
that
before
too.
the show. We were saying before the show.
Hey, good for him. What a fucking legend.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure he had the
Well, at some certain
best
point,
fucking life, but
he's done so many interviews and shit. He's probably compiled his best of, and that's what he goes out with.
Right.
You know?
he's done so many fucking drugs. You can only
Well, that too,
remember
yeah.
a few stories, and he gets those down.
Well, it's like I was
And-
saying to Chuck. It's like you hang out with somebody with dementia, which I do all the time. But no, you hang out with them for 5 minutes. They have their set lines that
Yeah.
they're going to say. Like, they're not too bad.
It's like
and then you hang out with them for 15 minutes, and they say that, and then you realize,
It's their
they have
safety.
dementia, or they
Yeah,
did drugs for 30 years.
It's like their safety line. Like that's
Right.
they refer back to baseline to get.
Right.
Oh shit! I'm drifting off. Okay.
They're
Let's go.
factory lines. They yes, exactly.
Have I ever told you about this story? And that's how they get back to reality.
Well, another annoying thing I don't like is sometimes when I guess, quote unquote, a guest is too big, they'll just let him fucking ramble on. You know, and I guess it's not really their fault, but, you know, he's just rambling.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I tune it out, and then by the next time I know, 10
And it-
minutes have gone by.
To what we said, and to MLC's credit, this is not a dig, but it's because that's not the show, right? The show is fucking.
Cut him off.
Yeah, exactly. Cut
You
them
know?
off, or like, all right, that's boring, or
Right.
we don't want. It's not. Again, go to one of those other fucking
Hey,
boring ass middle of the road podcasts where you go on and tell your comedy stories.
Ooh.
So to support exactly what you're saying is when they let a guest go on. You know, they MLC recently has been very good about reading their super chats and everything.
Too good.
When Dykstra was on, I don't think I heard one chat.
Yeah, they did it at the very end, but still, you know,
shit
right.
about that. But it's like all that went out the window for Dykstra, who's got fucking dentures that he pulled out of a dumpster.
Which is the only funny thing I've ever seen him do. Sorry.
Yeah, the denture story. Yeah. Well, listen. Honestly, we were talking about it. Do that every episode. Just read them all at the end, unless there's a really I don't know, or like if it's 50 or up.
That's what I'm saying. I have no. I don't care about the super chats. I don't care about reading the chats. But I noticed a difference from a regular episode to when Dykstra came on, and you're treating him like royalty when he's got
Trash.
fucking dementia.
Yeah, we've talked about it at length over the last couple of months of just how the super chats interrupt the show. Kevin or Levy will be in the middle of a rant, and then they'll go, hold on, I got to read this. You actually did. It was pretty funny last time we did it.
You gotta get your money though. Hey, I
have no problem with it. I think
get your
and
money.
I think they just got to find some kind of happy.
They got to find some kind of groove, because
Just
I
let
did get
Levy
mad.
Read it.
The
It's
guy-
fucking awesome.
I was pissed that day. Bob was telling an actual funny story I haven't heard before, and Kevin just cut him off mid-story. You know, because if Bob tells a story, it's probably something he's good in that sense, not to tell the same one he told 2-3 weeks ago, Chad, Artie. So to cut like good chemistry off like that, I'm
I
just
tell you
like,
about
oh,
Tony
come on.
Curtis.
Tony Curtis.
He tied a rope around his waist so shit wouldn't come tumbling out of his ass.
Really?
Yeah. Remember Artie would do that every
Yeah.
multiple times a show.
I know. That's exactly like
Hey,
it's the first time I
Cody
fucking
live in
heard
the
it.
same apartment as.
Eli Manning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the same story as a clown
Yeah,
suit
so
or a
it's-
pig suit.
That's what I like. I realized when I worked at a club, like there are some comics that will do 8 shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 each night, and have the same exact set, do the same exact shit, and then you get people like Dave Attell, and he'll do a different hour every night, 2 times a night, and I mean, that's fucking awesome. So you get ends of the both ends of the spectrum.
You reminded me of something I wanted to bring up today. Did you see The Stand had a very special guest last night?
I did not.
Okay, so I just happened to see it on my story yesterday.
Could we take some guesses?
So
gonna
they
like this.
no, you're not. They advertised it as they didn't even say the name. It was like a countdown to the GOAT, and it's just it was. Let's see if I could get the picture. It was just a picture of a stick figure leaning on with his foot up, smoking a cigarette, talking into a mic, and then it was like the GOAT tonight at 9 p.m. Here's the special link for tickets.
Isn't he always there?
It was Chappelle. It was Chappelle.
Oh.
So I was just curious. I clicked the link because I was like, oh, let me just see. I'm just curious, if there's tickets available. $250 for a ticket.
Probably sold out too.
For a ticket just to see Chappelle. You worked at a club. You know how much money they're making off of that. That is what a grift. What a fucking grift.
I don't blame them.
Hey, listen, you idiot. The fuck the people who went.
Do what you do. People will buy it.
Right.
Let me go back in time though. Before I worked at a club, I went to go
back
see
in time.
I went
Back
to go
to the future.
see Chappelle
Huey
in
Lewis.
fucking New Haven. What the fuck was the name of that tour?
Insomnia.
The Oddball, and he fucking bombed.
Who?
Chappelle.
Breaking.
Wow.
He was my hero
Hot
at
take.
that time. I was 13 years old when I started watching the Chappelle Show when it came out in 2003. Then I went to go see him at the Oddball Fest. That rapist pedophile Jeff Ross.
Chuck,
was
talking to
there.
your mic. They say they can't hear you.
That pedophile Jeff Ross was there.
Jeff Lifschultz?
Yeah, that guy, that Jew. And I think he put most of the tour together. And Chappelle was the last one to come on. And everyone was cheering for him and going wild. It was like a concert. And he just went on stage, smoked a cigarette, and said, fuck y'all. If he bombed and wished a nuke dropped on Hartford.
Well,
That's-
I mean, we can all kind of agree to that.
Man.
But I hear you.
I agree with that.
What I don't
But
get.
I went to
go.
go see my hero.
Yeah.
And he deteriorated in front of me. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn. Like,
I mean, that sucks
if
sometimes. It
you're-
happens
and
on almost every tour.
He is one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
Not so much recently, but just seeing him break down and deteriorate and not like, if you're a professional comic, can you handle that situation?
Yeah. Well, sometimes it blows like that too. Like I know you saw him early on, but even in music, could be a pain in the ass. I saw Skinner one time. They played 4 songs, and I haven't listened to him since.
Yeah.
You know,
When these older groups do their tours, who was showing me? Actually, you know what I saw the other week? The great James Mattern, who's another I like a comic, good egg. I was bullshitting with him about something. He was showing me the Red Hot Chili. He was showing me a set list for the Red Hot Chili Peppers tour. I guess they're doing.
Overpriced,
And it was,
probably.
Oh yeah, it was like 3. So they were playing like all this their new shit.
Right,
you know,
right.
like come on, guys. Like these band. Come on,
gotta
you
play
know
the
why
hits.
people are there. Obviously, you got to play. Put your new shit up
Mix it
front,
in.
or put it up front. Get it out of the way.
A lot of bands do that though to kind of tease, and then music fans know.
Yeah,
they're
but if
gonna
you
play 'em
don't
at
play the
end.
classics, then fuck you.
Or is he showing the set list like before their show
The
or
whole
after?
No, he found it from like their show before.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll release that stuff and then play the classics at the end.
You gotta mix it in though.
Yeah, I agree too. But maybe they didn't. Maybe they're trying to do cuck it up. Another band did that recently, the Killers. They got way overpaid for some gig, and they showed up and they played like 3 songs, and half of the fucking shit was tracked anyway.
Yeah.
So they weren't even playing the instruments. It's just it's all phony bullshit.
I mean,
Folks, fakes and phonies, as Holden Caulfield
phony
said.
ass fraud ass
From the
fraud ass
Catcher in the
phonies out
Rye
here.
by J.D. Salinger.
I mean, that's what they say. Like, don't meet your heroes.
Yeah,
But-
I saw Kiss in 09, and I said I'll never see him again because they're never going to perform this good.
I'll
it just
tell you
wouldn't
what.
make sense.
Sometimes you meet someone that you didn't think was your hero, and they're like, God damn, now they're my hero.
Yeah, Obama. I
Me?
met him once. Kidding.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Yes, we can.
Lot going on out there. They say March is the best month for sports betting. I don't see how. I've lost everything that I've bet on this month so far.
No, it hasn't been good.
Well, Black History Month's over, so that's good.
Good for you.
Yeah. So how's that going? You're getting cut off in traffic? Smoking Newports? It looks like you had a hell of a month.
Yeah, you got through it. Yeah, you seemed like it was a long. That's a long month for.
Oh, long month.
glad we got this going. We do so many of these Zoom shows. You realize it's a lot different in person. You're not cutting each other off and things like that. It's different in a sense. It's completely different. And I wonder if other shows are going to be able to do that if they ever do get in person with chemistry. At least we know we have chemistry because we get drunk together because we're alcoholics with no jobs.
No jobs.
No jobs.
Fired.
Zero jobs.
What else? Yeah.
I like food stamps.
I sell soccer balls. You what
Book
are you?
flights. What else? What else?
You're a
was said?
rapist.
I'm a rapist.
Rapist, or was it or just assault?
Rapist.
No, he's a rapist. What were you?
A faggot?
You're a faggot.
Shit. Can we say that?
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Fire me? Fire me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I promise.
It's okay if you are. You're the one who invited us over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with the after party?
The bedroom's all set up.
Ooh.
Hear that, folks? That's lowbrow.
We got the spare one.
Spare room.
Ooh, breaking them out large today. Chuck, what do you got going on
Yeah, what's
besides
going on?
Budweiser at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
You're on a press tour, aren't you? You're doing a press tour, I hear.
Big press?
Be on In Hot Water in a couple weeks.
Whoa.
I guess so. Might be going on in hot
What are you
water.
promoting? Do you want to talk about what you're promoting yet, or do you want to see it? Do you want to
You
see
get that link? Yeah, I don't know how the rest of this episode.
I do have it. I mean, I could put it up.
Yeah. So believe it or not, I've been mentoring some underprivileged children.
Wow.
And we have a program going together where they, I think we got like 7 kids that are putting
Congrats.
together. I haven't found my wife yet, but got 7 kids. And they're putting together a business proposition. It's going to be like a mini Shark Tank where they're going to present their...
Mud Shark Tank.
Mud Shark Tank.
They're going to
Sorry.
steal my credit cards.
Sharks.
we got
Did
the
you ever want to
Shark
steal
Tank.
someone's wallet?
Sharks.
Sharks. Did you ever want to use your EBT card to buy video games?
Sharks. You want to learn how to get back into the gym you're banned from?
Hey, Sharks, have you ever broke into a gym line?
Sharks. Have you ever not been able to pay your bail?
Sharks.
Well, now I got a new and easy way.
Sharks, can you still not set up your audio equipment after 1 year?
Hey, Sharks, have you ever accidentally headlined the Stress Factory in New Jersey and made Eddie If never talk to you ever again?
Sharks. Do you play a lot of basketball because you're an underprivileged youth?
Sharks, are you a closeted alcoholic?
So how's your mentoring? I'm sure this will go fine.
So these kids.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got the link up right here. So the Shark Tank we're talking.
So I've been working with
Hit
these,
the link, folks. Give these kids some money. Come on.
Yes, I've been working with these underprivileged children. Unfortunately, they don't have fathers.
Wow, no dads, huh?
Here's a surprise.
Yeah, you're coming in hot after February.
It's not my fault.
I didn't say it was.
Chuck's done more in the last week than most of these podcasters have done good for their community and their lives.
Right.
That's why. That's the difference between us and them. At the end of the day, we're men of the people. We're not. We don't just talk shit and then keep talking shit.
give
We
it
go out
back.
in the world.
Yeah.
We give back to the community.
Provide.
Look at you. Please go ahead, Chuck.
So I know everyone thinks of Connecticut. Oh, must be everyone's rich, and you go from one town to the next. It goes from super poor to super rich in nothing. And unfortunately, the kids that are super poor don't have as many opportunities as everyone else does. So I've been working with my company to try and help these kids out. And the project that we're working on results in a presentation of them presenting their business idea.
Business
Thanks,
ideas,
bud.
kind of like Shark Tank.
Thanks, bud.
So they're learning young, you're teaching them.
To people who
Sharks,
would-
did you ever steal a bike that was missing a wheel? Well, now we have a new. Go ahead.
Sharks.
Sharks, do you like to steal bikes?
Sharks, have you ever persuaded your audience to
because
buy you a
we've
bike?
already done it. Yeah, but trying to help these kids out. And I have to say that they're good kids,
Good kids, good age,
great kids,
beautiful boys,
and you
big
guys-
bees.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm sure they do have big pieces.
Now we're talking.
Part of this go to the showers?
See, this is why I did not.
Well, you're not
What?
saying anything. We're
You're
just
not-
having
no,
fun.
we're the- you know,
we're
this
having
is
some
a
we're
show,
doing- we're
this
having
is
some-
comedy
You're not.
show.
We're just having a good. It's a comedy program,
Yeah,
folks.
the
Everybody,
sun's
calm
out.
down.
We're having
So-
fun.
the point I'm trying to make, which I'm not going to get to.
Oh, we're gonna get to.
There's a GoFundMe page for these guys.
There it is, right on your screen, there, folks.
there
if
it
you're
is.
listening to the audio, look
There
at the
it
video,
is,
get the link.
Because as the mentors, there's about 10 of us, and we have to fund the event space and the judges and the food for the venue. And we also want to ensure that these kids get good prize money. Last year, the kid that finished in first place now has his own brick and mortar business.
Wow.
And, he's...
Is he hiring?
Great questions from
And do they
around the
sell
board.
soccer? But they need a soccer ball salesman?
only diversity hiring, so you're out.
I could pull it off.
But yeah, it's shit. I feel good doing it.
That's
That's
great.
good.
You know what I
And
mean?
folks, you can feel good about donating too. Do something good this weekend. That way, feel good about yourself. Throw $5 to the kids on that link there. Then you could feel good about yourself talking shit
Right.
the rest of the weekend.
Anything helps.
When you get home from cheating on your wife with a hooker, just throw a couple bucks that way, and I'm telling you, you'll be able to sleep at night,
Yeah.
knowing that you have a good conscience and you care about others in the world.
Right. And then you can do whatever you want once you donate.
Once you donate,
Once
get
you donate,
pissed drunk, beat your wife, but just be sure to donate.
Chuck's kids.
Yeah, so that they don't grow up like you. If you're looking at yourself every day and you say to yourself, wow, I am the biggest world's piece of shit, which we all do, make sure these kids don't have to do that.
That's right. Donate to Chuck's kids.
Amen. Chuck's kids.
That's GoFundMe.com/s/BabyShark/tank. Get there, people.
Chuck's
Donate
children.
to Chuck's children.
Chuck's children.
I feel really good about this. I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be a great learning curve, great experience working with the kids and get you ready for fatherhood.
I just need to find the wife now.
Yeah.
my
Maybe
own
you'll find it in the
children.
program.
Have you been perusing the ladies of the night
Wow.
lately?
Not the ladies of the night, but there are a couple ladies in the program who are also potential leaders.
Not the kids.
No. Oh, no. I don't think she's a kid.
Okay. Yeah, don't
No,
don't date any.
There's a nice lady, but
This is not one of the kids. That's just
no,
to be
no,
clear.
No. One
Okay.
of my coworkers.
Okay.
Wow.
Not at the business that I work at, but in the same program that I'm in. That
Have you
her
thrown hog?
company put her into. But she's all fucking Patagonia and Birkenstock bullshit.
I wear
You
Patagonia.
can change that. I've seen you do it before.
No. Oh, yes,
here's the
yeah. She's liberal as fuck.
You can change that. Every
I
man
wear
can.
Patagonia.
He's seen it happen. I could. Get
I've done it.
I
You've
could get
done
a
it.
girl
It's amazing.
saying the N-word in a month.
Get her on the show.
Yeah.
Good co-host.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going on your path now, Stancil.
What's that? Kill yourself?
No, fuck pussy. I'm over it.
Oh, that
You
kind of
want
fucked up.
cock? Is that why we're here?
Do I look gay to you?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
You said you don't want pussy, so I figured you would want
I'm just not. I'm done chasing incoherent dumb horns.
One of the chatters
They'll
wants
come
to
to
know-
us. They're gonna come to us eventually.
There'll be a time.
It's gonna
We
get
guys
warm.
got to get out more. You're
That's
in
it.
a garage. You're
Yeah.
moping around. You guys got to go out and about. And I'm no one to talk. I don't go out.
Chuck's blowing up trees.
Blowing shit
That's
up.
good. That's fun stuff. Shooting guns.
Yeah,
No, that's right.
all the good stuff. This guy wants to know the brick and mortar
What,
business.
I'm gonna go to fucking bars and find some dumb.
Exactly.
Dude, I've done that for years.
Exactly.
I fucked a bunch of dumb whores for years.
Well, that's what
I'm
that's
done
what I'm
doing
talking
that.
about
I
this
wanna find
program.
a wife. What am I supposed to go to a fucking church?
No, that's what I'm saying. The program.
Oh.
The
Where am I
program
gonna-
is good for that.
I'm gonna go to a farmer's market. Where the fuck do I go to
No.
find a good woman?
You're-
Let's go on Tinder, Hinge, but
Oh,
fuck that.
all
shit.
those
Where am I
swamp
gonna
rats.
find a good woman? Swamp?
Swamp rats. Swamp
living
rats.
on the dating sites, the bar rats. You don't want to.
Well, that's what I've been talking about. We joke about it, but what exactly what you said?
no,
Where am I going to meet women? The only place is go to a bar. I already did that, and then at the end of the day, you met a girl in a bar. It's not necessarily the
Well,
type of woman I'd like to.
I
I like to
did-
pound her out, but I don't want to date her.
I did that shit for years. Sorry, call me a faggot. Maybe my testosterone is lower,
Uh-oh.
but I'm
Whoa.
done. I'm done.
Low
Gotta
T?
fix that.
I'm done pounding out ladies just to pound them out.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, let's.
They
hang
call
out.
him the meat hammer.
Let's hang out for 2 days.
Turn him into a meat wagon.
No, it's not worth my time. I don't have time to invest in
Pussies.
a rat,
Right.
a piece.
No
of
time for pounding swamp rats.
yeah.
No time for trash.
I agree.
if I have time,
We're kings. We're kings.
The time I have, I want to invest in a wife.
Self-respect.
Right.
I
And
like it.
unfortunately, no one has the same fucking view on life that I want.
You could
a
change
wife and
that.
kids.
Yes.
No one wants that anymore.
No.
And God forbid you tell them, look, I'm gonna work. You stay home.
Yeah.
Take care of the house.
Take care of the dog.
Yeah, clean something.
He
why
might
don't
bite you, but take care of
It
the
will
dog.
bite you.
And I'll work. I'll make the money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Money bags.
sexist.
I'll put on a wig.
Okay, then you fucking go to work.
Right,
You
yeah.
make
Let
the
me
money.
stay home. I'll do the business around the house.
Fuck. Now I sound like Andrew Tate.
Can I be your housewife?
Yeah.
I'll do all that.
Can you grow a pussy?
Yeah. Well, nowadays.
Yeah.
I could
not
tuck, I could
frowned
tuck it
upon.
back and you could fuck the little area. I put my thighs together.
Fuck the crease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fuck the crease.
Get
That's
after it.
You know, I watched a documentary the other night called Eyes of the Devil, which was
Really?
about how they traffic kids. Very dark, but very good. It's on YouTube. You had to click like three things that are like, this is very disturbing.
Oh, those are the best.
Yes, but it was very good. But what I didn't know, and you can't cancel me for this, I'm
YouTube
reporting
or you porn?
YouTube. No, it was very good. This guy, like, it's pretty wild. This guy is trying to get to the bottom of this child trafficking ring, and it's fucking dark as hell. But it's wild. But
They turn on the lights.
I was wow. I was reminded of that because, and I'm just reporting again. This is a reporting a documentary. The young kids, they don't fuck them in their private parts. They put their legs together and fuck the creases.
Well, because that means it's okay.
And I'm just reporting that. I don't. But yeah, it's disgusting. Eyes of the Devil, it's called.
I'm going to check that out tonight and beat off. I mean, but I am going to check that out. Vinny Cash says he met his wife on Tinder. He doesn't recommend it. So stay away from Tinder, folks.
Hey, it
The
could
great
happen.
Vinny
I know.
I don't
Cash.
recommend it either. Vinny Cash's
I
wife
would love
did
Vinny
buy the
Cash.
flip-flop.
I've noticed Vinny Cash has not been in the MLC boards
Well,
or donating.
there's
Which
reasons for that.
Yeah, what you have the reason?
Oh, well, let's
'Cause he's
just
the great-
say
we love Vinny Cash.
Let's just say Chad's a piece of garbage.
Exactly.
So there's
Well, that's
no
what I wonder.
reason. He wants to make sure, none of the
Good.
contributions go to Chad.
I mean,
As he shouldn't. Good for you, Vinny. For
I
having
have the
more-
voicemails that Chad left Vinny Cash.
Oh,
today.
that's right. What a
Yeah.
fucking homo. Yeah, Vinny Cash is the man. Good for him for sticking to his guns and not. He's the cash man.
Vinny Cash rules. Vinny, I'm off tomorrow. Let's play some video games and yell obscenities.
Put it on the Patreon.
to Vinny Cash's credit,
We
like
can't.
I know plenty of people that have met their wives on Tinder.
Go ahead.
That shit isn't happening anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different now.
What do you mean? A lot of dudes?
I mean,
Are you sure you're not on
well,
Grindr?
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of fucking trans on there.
Well,
that
there
I've
is. You
Never
can get
seen
tricked.
before. All of a sudden, it's
Tricky Dickies, we used to call him.
Vinny Cash says he sent you a fruit basket?
Oh, is that my boy that sent me? He sent me what do you call them? The edible arrangements.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
I fucking enjoyed it. Thank you.
We never
so
talked
much.
about that. I forgot about
Thank you
that.
so much, Vinny Cash. That was delicious. He hit me at the right time too. I needed that thing.
Where'd you get an edible?
I think he
arrangement
asked me for your address, if I'm not mistaken.
just for being a good egg, or did you do something?
I think it
can't-
was.
I can't
Yeah, what'd
remember.
you do? I know what you
can't-
did.
I can't remember.
What'd you do?
But Vinny
you do?
Cash, I can't remember.
Blow up a tree with gasoline?
No,
Vinny,
that's
correct
a
me if I'm
weekly-
wrong, but I think
that's a weekly occurrence.
Yeah, I remember the first time I came here, like these trees were at the end of the deck, and now there's like a mile between his backyard. Highly illegal what you're doing here. We won't tell them.
That's why I put up the freedom fence, because now they can't see how many wetlands I've
They
cleared.
can't see how you're using M80s to clear a protected wetland. Yeah.
Fuck the wetlands. Oh, we gotta protect the mosquitoes. Get the fuck out of here.
He did it whenever you were going back and forth with Chad.
Oh yeah,
and,
when
and
I
you
booked
put
the
your
flight,
you
I
put your
think.
address on Twitter.
Oh,
and you said,
yeah,
"Come
yeah.
see me." Vinny's like, "I'm gonna send him a fruit
What
basket."
a good egg. What an egg.
These guys hide behind their fake profiles. Okay, here's my phone number.
Yeah.
Here's my address.
Here's us in person.
And-
Here's my itinerary.
And here's my fucking flight ticket to come see you.
yeah, he
and throw
backtracked
hands.
real quick.
Oh yeah, backing down, backing up.
So you went anyway, and you almost got eaten by an alligator.
I did almost get eaten.
Great
by that.
classic.
Fuck
Would've been a
Florida,
great
man.
end
What
to
a
the story.
piece of shit
Yeah, Florida
fucking
stinks.
state. Dude.
Yeah, I went down there to that. I went out to the great content house of 2022, and first time really in Florida. Was not impressed at all.
Yeah, you got to go down to the
I guess
Fort
I got to go to the
Lauderdale
coast.
area. Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale's nice.
Fuck Florida. I've been all
Destin's
over, I've
nice.
been all over Florida in the past 2 years because I was doing some work down
Miami
there.
stinks.
Then I went out there for leisure. Then I went out there to
Have you been to
fuck
Key
up
West?
Chad. I've been all over
West
Florida.
overpriced.
It's fuck Florida. It's humid,
Hot take.
disgusting. All the women are trash more than over here. I want to go north. Only the strong
Oh, we love
survive
the
in the
north.
north.
What are you trying to be
Okay?
strong for?
Fuck the weak.
New England
Let 'em
builds,
die
man.
off. If the fucking electrical grid goes down, guess who's going to survive?
Me and
People up
Chuck.
north.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, New England builds character. New England builds
Yeah.
man. If it's warm 12 months a year, you're just turning into a amalgamous blob of a human, and you're just a soulless husk of what you could be when you don't have to deal with seasons and cold.
I'll tell you one thing.
Hear that, Texas listeners?
I'll tell you one thing I do like about Florida. My parents are snowbirds now. They're privileged enough to do that. And
I was a snowbird one time in Tijuana.
what I like about their setup.
I wish I was a snowbird. Nobody gives
they
me
live
coke.
in like a gated community.
Yeah.
It's all fucking Italians. And what's great is they segregate the women from the men. The women have their tea time on the bocce court at 10 a.m. and the men go at 2. And after the women are done on the
They go
bocce
make-
court,
go make dinner.
They go make the fucking
Fucking
lunch.
right. Yeah,
They go
you're
make
right.
go make the fucking
Give you a
food.
fucking baleade, you get the fuck out of here.
And guess what? It's all copacetic. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Because that's the way it's meant to be.
Adam and Eve
So
folks,
that's
started in the beginning.
One thing that's nice about it. I guess that's just Italians. Maybe,
Yeah, it's probably
maybe
just
not
'cause
Florida.
Italians are the super race.
I know.
of
I was
human.
looking forward to my espresso. I haven't had it since I moved out of this Italian household. Delicious stuff.
Yeah.
I'll throw the percolator on.
Throw the percolator on.
Throw that bad boy on. Get hyped up for everything going on out there. We do have new merch available, folks.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It's crazy.
I just purchased it. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's coming. We'll talk about that after the show. Yeah, fastest shipping in the business, folks. Get there now. I'm telling you, it's Ask BYB podcast. Those guys are in big trouble right now, I hear. But
What happened? What's the scuttlebutt? What's the scuttle? What's going on? What's going on?
Well,
Yeah, this is our show. This
let's
is the
just
shit.
say that they put a phone number on their podcast.
Recently,
Yeah, they had it on the screen the entire
despite
show.
all of the talk of both sides not doing the numbers anywhere else, shame on them.
Yeah, but
Whose
they
number?
realized their mistakes and took it out of the episode. Kevin Brennan's number. So
Tisk,
Yeah.
tisk. When was that?
I think it happened last
La-
week. We talked about it on Sad Chat. I think it happened last week, and they took it down now. And Kevin is on
We
a
don't approve of
rampage.
that. We don't approve here of that.
Call the Bahamas Hotel. Don't call the club. And don't give out phone numbers.
What happened last night? Stevie Lou was telling me something last night. They were somebody was saying something. Let's see.
Well,
Everything. This happens in real time, folks. No show prep here.
All this personal shit is out of
yeah,
line.
I think
Giving out phone
Stevie's trying to
numbers,
rectify it behind the scenes.
giving
but-
out phone
Oh,
numbers.
Kevin Brand is not happy with BYB.
Yeah.
Apparently, I guess he just found out. I didn't know they gave out his number. So,
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, Stevie had something to do with it, which he didn't. He didn't know. He was just a guest on the show. That's what I ripped into Dumbfuck about on Sad Chad.
I saw a
Was
bit of that.
because Stevie didn't know because he's doing a show. So I had to rip into Kevin a little bit about reading the chat. I could see his eyes reading the chat.
What are you going to do with Kevin Dumbfuck?
We don't know.
Gonna sign him
The
to a
status of
long-term deal?
Dumbfuck is in the air. I know he's
Book a
watching
flight?
right now. No, I'm just teasing him. But,
Booking a flight?
huh?
No, Kevin Dumbfuck. He's a good egg.
He's a good egg, but we're trying to mold him into being the perfect podcaster, and it's hard to do because he's got such a hard head. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to listen to the scripture to become the next biggest podcast star. But I wasn't kidding, Kevin. If you're listening, which I know you are, I saw you in the chat. When I said that me and Stevie Lou are trying to mold you into the perfect podcast star, follow our lead, and you are to become 3 times as big as us.
You can ascend to the heavens of podcasting if you just follow our testaments and manifestos.
Follow the test. He mentioned his show in a plug. He said, "Speaking of, I haven't had you on." I said, "I politely decline."
3 times as big.
So we'll do another Sad Chat this Thursday, 6 p.m. New Stancil Culture I saw up on the
yesterday.
patreon.com/ski-mass-media.
Just up there yesterday for our fine patrons. I said on there too. Credit to us. Everybody talk about numbers and blah blah blah. and it's how gay, but our Patreon, for better or worse, has not deviated more than 3 people up or down in a while, which I think is
consistency.
A consistency. And we still have more than some other people.
Yeah.
But so shout out to our patrons. Get on there.
Consistency is a good thing.
Kevin Dumpfuck says, I'll follow your lead, but not Stevie's. We'll save it for Thursday. We'll get right into it on Thursday's show about good old Chattel. I mean, there's only so much you could talk about that guy, really.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I love the Sad Chat. It's a fun show.
And to be honest, he was starting to win me over a little bit until recently. Now he's just back in the gutter.
I listen. We've all 3 of us. We have the heads of the 3 people Chad hates most probably up there. I've learned. It's all at an arm's length. Like I've said before, it's more apathy. Like I don't really care. And I'll say this: his greatest contribution, and maybe his only contribution to MLC, in my opinion, I do enjoy his maniacal Carl impression. I do enjoy that because you could see the anger. He does it with such anger as well as
passion.
The
passion of Carl.
You could just tell he's so angry at him, but he's also trying to do the impression, and it just makes for a maniacal, like totally unhinged impression, which I do laugh at. I'll give him credit where credit's due.
He's good heel. I love Bob and Kevin shitting on him. He's a good heel on MLC.
Yeah, his days when he is a good heel. His days where he's
garbage
and like takes shit too seriously. So
have you guys watched any of his what's it, Cuck show?
Yeah, I watch every single one of them. I used to be on the poster until he took it off.
I did see that.
Yeah, he rearranged the poster.
Like, has he?
Who'd you get
me?
replaced with?
No one. He just removed.
He just removed you.
I was wondering if I was mentioned on there, but I'm not taking.
You've been mentioned a couple of times, but
not in a
bad
show?
way. Not in a bad way. I think you got mentioned as one of our goons. One of Ski Master's goons was going to fly down.
Speaking of, I feel like you.
I did. What do you mean? I was gonna. I did.
He did.
Call me a fucking goon. All right.
We'll book another flight.
Fire
right
me
now.
up.
Get fired up, Chuck.
Let's
Somebody
go.
said it's time for the Sad Chuck show. I don't know what that means.
Hey, who said that? That's not
Decline
nice.
host, of course, who always chimes in with some great points.
Chuck is sad.
Now you should. You told. I wasn't even aware of this till just before the show, but I feel like you were accused. We were accused of striking people's YouTube, which is something.
Yeah. So
I don't even know how to.
I was
going to
bring this up earlier because I kind of have a theory behind it. Is with Kevin reading all these super chats and getting more involved in what the fans are saying, he's starting to open up himself to a lot of DMs from people.
Yeah, I thought about that when he said that. Like DMs are open, like, you may not want to say that to these freaks, Kevin. But
right. So now people are saying that the Sad Chad YouTube channel is trying to get MLC is putting strikes against him. First of all, I don't even know how to do that. And they said there was a penis in the logo. But there's not a Sad Chad YouTube channel. If somebody started one, cool, if they're doing a show. But the Sad Chad show's on Ski Mask Media. Yeah. So, and they also said, it's funny how he doesn't get strikes until Ski Mask gets off. I thought I didn't have a job.
Right.
I thought I was.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would we?
People digging.
Why would we ever strike our favorite podcast channel? Like we always say, Chad's the one as much. Again, he does all the projecting about people doing shit. He's the one who instigates all this shit off of Twitter. We keep everything on the airwaves or at the worst on Twitter. Anything past that we got shit to do. We have fake jobs and real jobs and soccer balls and
it's just crazy.
Big
I mean,
fan
people
of
will go at
balls.
any lengths. Like I got a text a couple of weeks ago from one of those fake numbers. I know who it is, and they go, "Hey, did your neighbors enjoy all those postcards we sent them?" And then sent me my address, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask them at the next barbecue. Like don't. What are you gonna say? I'm warning them about you. I'm like, go ahead, dude.
Okay.
Like, you think that's the worst fucking thing that's happened to me?
Get a life. Get a hobby. Go outside.
I don't understand
Walk your dog.
how these people have time to actually
That's just
I
it.
barely have time to do this.
to go out there and personally find out what's his address, what's he doing.
Yeah.
How can I
Nerds,
fuck
gays, homos.
I tried to look up myself and find I couldn't find it, so I had no idea where he got the info.
There's some people that that'll find
No
your
one's ever been to
fucking
my
Social
apartment.
Security, man.
So I was like, wow, this is wild.
That's cool.
That's the one thing I don't. That's the one thing that to me that crosses the line. Like, leave everyone's personal life alone. This is fucking professional wrestling. Like, talk shit on Twitter all you want, whatever you want, but don't fucking bring
And especially
personal shit
especially
into it.
MLC. You're exactly right, Chuck. And if you're doing that, especially in the MLC world,
Book a flight.
well, that exactly.
If
You
you're
put your
doing
money.
that, book a flight.
You put your money
because-
where your mouth is, like a real man.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that MLC world, and you don't understand MLC. Again, that's the fucking show. That's the fans. As Kevin said himself years ago, all his fans are not good people. Which is it's to like that show. You got to be a certain amount of
And we're
insane.
not. We're
and
not good
we're not.
people.
We are, but we're not. And that's the show. You idiots.
We might not be
Don'ts.
good people, but we know the fucking line not to cross.
And it's there for our entertainment. I don't give it exactly. Take my lead. Kevin's been ripping me for months now. I still
Beautiful.
listen to every show.
And we
It's
laugh.
hilarious.
And we record every time we get destroyed. It's fucking funny. I was listening to MLC one time, just getting annihilated. And
Yeah.
my girlfriend goes, "How do you listen to? He's talking so much shit." I go, "It's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. It
funny."
has no effect on my real life.
Who cares?
He's talking to a mic, just like we can do the same thing. It doesn't affect anything. Grow up, everybody. Enjoy it.
You
ahead.
hit the perfect point. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's where it should end.
That's where it starts and
Stop
ends.
fucking bringing it into real life and trying to take people down. It's fucking nonsense.
And I'll tie it into because wasn't on last week of people giving me shit for Gino flipping out on me on In Hot Water
What
the
is
other
that?
time I was on.
There's a lot of talk about that this week. They're like saying he almost made you cry. What the fuck is that?
I
Come
mean,
on.
I'm
yes,
sure. I'm
exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Let me wipe your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tears.
Yeah, exactly. It's his shit. Listen, you know you're getting into with Gino.
Right.
And as much as they would hate to hear me say this, Gino and Kevin are very much alike because they are who they are, and you know you're getting into. And Gino's a passionate Sicilian, and he is half in the bag. And I told him to shut up, and it hit a nerve, and he flipped out. And I sat there. It's his show, and that's it. And guess what? I'm back there Tuesday.
It's fun.
Who gives a shit?
And
Who
I'm
gives a
sure-
shit?
I'm
I don't
sure
care.
you kissed each other afterwards at the bar.
And people 2 weeks later are still talking about it. So it was good broadcasting. That's what people don't get. It's all part of the show.
Exactly.
Even if it's real, if he really flipped out.
Oh, he's being mean.
You know, well, if I was a bitch, if I wasn't a real man, I'd get mad at him back or I'd leave. That's what a bitch would do.
Right, a big
I'm a real nigga. So I sat there, took it, and then continued to still be on his show and be funny. And that's it.
Exactly.
That's
To
it.
tie it back into what we were saying earlier, I missed this point, is that, we talked about the beautiful boys. What I think is happening now, and I can kind of see, is all these fucking fat nerds. From the Dabbleverse are kind of coming
Yes.
over into Kevin's territory. And that's where we're getting a lot of this flack from. People who don't understand radio, guys who don't understand what a fucking radio beef is. It's not the same out on the fucking street. I feel like Kevin's lost touch with the beautiful boys, and I don't see a lot of those guys around. Teacher Tim's still there, but a lot of the original guys,
Tim,
I'm
Eye in
not
the
seeing
Sky.
any action.
Eye in the Sky's gone. There's an exclusive. Brown Snake has not been happy with the direction of the
Right.
show. That's an exclusive take. He may
Well,
not.
he's
who are the
got-
other?
he
Matty
doesn't-
Arp.
he doesn't
What
have
happened
much-
to Matty Arp? I haven't seen from
Matt-
him in a while.
I've talked to Matty Arp in the recent past. Brown Snake's just too busy rating whores.
Writing what?
Rating whores.
Rating?
Rating 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, rating.
Oh,
like
rating.
Rating
Am I
chicks
not
on
speaking
Twitter.
English?
I don't know what you're saying. Riding. I thought you were saying trying to say riding horses.
Yeah, I thought that too.
That's what I want.
Or rating, like rating.
But no, me and Brown Snake. This is. I don't think I'm telling tales out of school, but it's a bit much. 5 shows a week to keep up. And listen, if you have a real job, there's no way you can watch live. I jump in and out, but
Luckily, I get off right when it starts. So,
yeah, but most
still.
normal people,
You're
4
stopping
o'clock.
to get gas.
I'm,
and all that
I'm
shit.
4 shows behind right now.
Right.
Not by choice. It happens that way. Like I love MLC. I've been
Right.
around since day one.
You're a beautiful
but
boy.
The most. But I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's hard.
And I support Kevin doing more shows and making his money and what comes along with that are
Big piece.
these new guys
Yeah.
that they don't understand the universe.
Nerds.
It is what it is. I mean, I mean, who are you
There's-
gonna blame on it? Like, I
Yes,
don't
there's
know,
g-
like, it is what it is. That's gonna happen.
There's good eggs in every camp, including the Dabbleverse. But yes, I do agree. I feel like there's a lot of nerd and a lot of the butt herders and nerders are mostly from the Dabbleverse.
Right.
They don't get
A lot of crossovers.
They think that the Dabbleverse and the Stirring John trolling is edgy, which MLC is on another stratosphere
Right.
from that bullshit.
Completely-
That's child's play compared
Yeah.
to what MLC does.
So it's all Bob Levy's fault.
No, Levy's fine. Although I will say this, look at this segue right into the next topic. A lot of more and more rumblings of people not happy with Shuley.
Really?
Especially,
Oh, yeah, that's been
especially
happening a
after
lot
this
of,
week when he was on In Hot Water trying to. And I will agree, he clearly did not know the facts and was just taking everything as Levy and Brennan were saying. Because Gino's credit, he does throw this, and I'll say this, and I'd say this to his face. Maybe I will Tuesday if it comes up. He does throw little digs in there, which he could stop. But other than that, he hasn't done like huge rants or anything in weeks, if
Right.
not like a month. So he was. I have to give Gino credit for that. He was right about that. Shuley like telling him to stop. Like, meanwhile, and it's just true. It's not a knock. Meanwhile, Kevin rips on Gino and Compound every show, which is hilarious. My only point is, like Gino said, I hate to agree with Gino, but if he's gonna say that shit to Gino, he better be saying the same thing to Kevin and Levy. And I don't give a shit if he says neither to either of them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with them. But that was a little, yes, I saw more and more, and in the chat, you see a lot of people not happy with Shuley or leaving the Shuley.
A lot of people not happy with
Interesting.
I got no problem.
Neither do I. I'm just reporting. I'm an investigative reporter, private investigator.
Investigate.
I fucking love Bob Levy. He's the best diplomat ever. I like how he just always, everything's fine. Let's all be friends.
Yeah, that's my father. And like him, I do this show at Compound. I love MLC. Like Levy says, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
He's
Like,
going
that's,
home
that's for homos. That's for
going home, fucking his hot wife. Like, come
right.
on.
He's not
Enjoy what you enjoy. If not, then just
waiting on
fucking
a
turn
pool.
it off. If you
Waiting
don't
on
like
a pool.
It took him 4 times to figure it out, but
That
now
happens.
he's got the one, and
We'll eventually have a
love
pool
Levy.
over there.
Yeah, eventually get that thing dug and be doing some cannonballs in no time.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
Yeah, we'll
cooking
be over there partying, having a ball, having a
Great.
great time.
He said he was getting when he gets his new house, it's going to be on a lake, and he's doing some fishing.
Really?
I'm all about that.
Wow.
Chuck loves his fishing.
Chuck loves to fish. Now, do you remember a time, we could tell this story, I guess, now that we're in person. I think you had called me and you needed me to come save you.
Oh my God! Please, please, let's talk about
Holy
it.
shit.
So I'm trying to, because he
Please.
had asked me what you had
He-
said that day.
Yeah. This is. He
And-
told me this. I'm glad you. Please, sorry.
I'm trying to remember how the story went, because it was the day I was moving, I think.
I remember vaguely.
No,
I mean,
you were out. You were out already.
Yeah, but it was the day I was
Oh.
moving into my new place.
Okay, so I'll tell you my recollection.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's
So I woke up and I was like, "Fuck today! I'm gonna eat an edible and just melt on my couch." So I ate an edible. Maybe a little too much. It was a homemade one.
You never know with those things.
My
You can't
buddy,
test them on the spot.
One of my buddies, he concocts some nefarious shit.
Cock?
So I ate this edible, and an hour later, I forgot about it.
Classic.
So, and I was up super early. It's like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do with my? Let's go fishing. So I go fishing.
Classic.
Then, I'm the first one there. It's 6 a.m.
Wow.
No one's on the fucking lake.
Perfect timing.
Hour later, shit kicks in, and people start walking behind me, and I'm losing my shit. I can't move. I'm afraid.
And you're down like in the river, basically.
It might as well have been. I was sitting in the water, like I started to go deeper and deeper because
People were getting-
it hurt too much, and then family started walking by. The thing that pissed me off the most and made me go deeper into the water, there was a bunch of like fucking single moms, like, you wouldn't believe what Steven did, and I hear all this shit going behind me. And I just wanted to get
Just
away.
want to get into that, get deeper into the.
I couldn't move. I couldn't even get out of
So
there.
at what point-
Because it was such a public park, I couldn't even move. And I'm like, okay, now I've been here for 7 hours.
Yeah, high as hell.
I haven't caught any fucking fish. Like, this is not good. At least give me a fucking fish. And then he still doesn't believe me to this day. I fucking finally caught a fish, like right before I called him to rescue me. And
Yes.
he had to drive me back
Yeah.
to
So
my
at what
house.
point did you decide you need backup here?
7 hours in, no fish. 7 hours in, a bunch of dumb fucking.
And now you
housewives.
called him. You obviously drove there.
Yeah, I
you-
left my car.
You were calling him to get you out of the river or to drive you
Get
back or
me
both?
home.
Get you out of there. Okay.
I knew I could not drive at this point. I couldn't even get out of the water at this point.
So okay.
I knew I couldn't drive.
Now let's go to
Caught no fish. If I was catching fucking fish every even half
Yeah.
hour, I'm not greedy.
So you-
no fish in the water. Disgusting housewives with fucking Botox in their lips walking behind me with their illegitimate children, hearing all their fucking gossip. I started losing my mind. It took 7 hours.
So
I guess-
let's change the lane now. Now let's go. Now you get the call.
I get the
you get the
call.
call. Then what happens for you?
What a soldier. He showed right up.
And
But go
Good
on.
egg.
I'm trying to. You know the line. I keep forgetting. You would
Oh,
text
it's
me
a
about
fucking
it.
circus. But what?
Yeah.
you-
So he calls me, and I think it was more of a text actually, and it goes, "Yo, I need your help," and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" Because I need you to save. And of course, I've been in that situation before, so I was like, "All right, I'll be there." Here in a little bit, and then I get there, I find the car. And I find you immediately. I didn't even have to fucking look.
I'm just
And
sitting
when
there.
I just see like a
Yeah. I'm
bob
just
and
sitting
a
there.
fucking rod.
What was your first sighting of him?
Yeah, so I'm walking up and I try to sneak up behind him, and I get all the way there. He doesn't even know I'm behind him. He's just fucking dazed and
And he's
confused.
sitting in the river.
Sitting in the river, and I'm like, "Dude, you were fucked." And then he's like,
Wasn't
I
he?
wasn't
Wasn't he
lying.
untangling a line or something? Like,
Yeah.
wasn't he all tangled up? When you
he
got
had
there?
line all over the place. It was all. I was like, "Dude, you must have retied this shit so many times."
and furious.
he was mad.
I was
And
not
then
happy.
I get there. I already had shit to do that day. Like I already had to
Not
come
anymore.
through the town. So he's like, "Oh, let's continue fishing." I'm like, "No, we got stuff to do." So I eventually talked him into helping me move, in which, when
I did nothing.
he did
I w-
absolutely nothing.
He talked me into go helping him move. Like I was like, oh, you know what? You came pick me up. You're a hero. Thank you so much. So I go to help him.
And then he's
move,
just laying in the grass.
I literally sat down in front of the steps and just didn't move. I'm like, oh, sorry.
He's
Can't.
like rolling in the grass.
That was the
Dude.
line. I just got to sit here and fish. It's a
Yeah.
fucking circus.
He's the fucking-
That's
I
what
just gotta
he
sit here
told
and
me.
fish.
That's what he said. You said to him when you
I just
got.
gotta sit here and fish.
It's a fucking
circus.
Classic,
shit.
quintessential Chuck Mangione.
Well, plenty of them,
Dude,
plenty
so
more to
I've
come.
been in that spot before, like where I've drank too much. It's like, okay, I
Yeah.
can't leave here. I got to call somebody. I've never been so fucking high
Yeah.
in my life that I was like, I can't drive. I don't even know what reality is. And dude, I've tripped balls on shrooms,
Sure.
acid, all that. So I don't know, man. Those cookies were prime.
Very
And
high.
I could not move. I got like stuck.
Beautiful.
And all I wanted to do was catch a fish, and for 7 hours, not one goddamn fish.
Can't believe it, folks. SMC 184. Any
184.
final words? I know you got to get on the road.
What time is it? Oh wow, we're plugging right through here.
We got chats. What are the people saying?
Any chats?
Hi, guys. Been looking, just talking fishing. Shuli's worse than Chad. Shuli could actually be more of a hack than Chad.
Wow.
Shuli sucks.
Whoa. Interesting. See, this is a show of the people. This is where
These dabbler motherfuckers piss me off so bad. BYB podcast says, get a new stance, Stancil, about the phone number thing.
whatever. That guy BYB. Well, Quadfather can walk.
that's who's
He's-
commenting.
He's,
You see
a
what he
liar.
did there? Get a new stance.
I know
Stancil.
exactly. Well, Stancel's
Oh, you
stance.
see what he did there?
Stancel's pants.
Steel Toe is a nerd. Yeah, so that's what's happening.
Wow.
in the chat.
Well, we can do. Do you want to do a quick little 10-minute page?
Yeah, we're gonna head over to the page and put a quick 10 minutes up
Yeah,
there.
because I want to. You went to college with Portnoy.
Oh my.
Let's save it for the page.
You went to call Dave Portnoy. Well,
Yeah.
I've got a Dave Portnoy.
We've been talking about
story. Yeah,
Barstool recently, so we want to hear that.
That's right. The classic Brian McCarthy moment. SMC 184. Beautiful stuff. In person, live in the studio.
Not YouTubers. I'll be on In Out Water on Tuesday. Chuck will be with me in 2 Tuesdays to continue his press tour. Can we put that link back up?
Save the children.
Give some money to the kids after you
Please,
join our.
Please, guys.
After you
these
join
kids
our
out.
Patreon, obviously, then donate to Chuck's children.
Chuck's children, they need all the help they can get so they don't turn out like their fatherless fathers.
That's right.
Is that right? Did I say that correctly?
I'm sure it's true.
It sounds
Probably
pretty good.
is pretty accurate. SkiMaskCollective.com. Get there now, folks, for all your merch
Love it.
needs. No merch segment on the show this week. That's because we're in studio. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Stancil Graves. Constantly being released.
Classic
You thought the
hat.
merch was
Love
fake.
this
It's
hat.
real, baby boys. It's fucking real.
Great hat.
Best of the best.
This,
Patreon.com.
this hoodie's sold out, so you got to get the merch. The merch is art. You got to get there. Once it's out, it's out. This hoodie was up
It's
there,
insane.
and
how
it's
fast
sold
this
out.
shit
So you
goes.
got to get
Yeah.
the new Crow merch is up. We got the Vic Vegas shirts up that says "fucking circus" on the back.
Does.
It was an ode to Chuck. Get there now.
Vegas. Get there now, folks. Sad Chat every Thursday, 6 p.m. Be there or don't. I don't care.
Who cares?
Shout out David Chandler and Vinny Cash for being the two good eggs out there.
Remember, don't drink and drive. Drink, then drive.
Drink and then
There he
drive.
is. Get that shirt on skimasklife.com as
Head
well.
on over to the page.
Love you. Count the votes.
Mwah.